Up, gum and cheese? How y'all doing? I've been eating that gum and cheese. I know y'all been eating that gum and cheese, but I ain't gonna tell nobody. Yeah, so I've been listening to some of this Isaiah Thomas, uh, Rodney Hood, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, LeBron James, and why they got rid of Isaiah Thomas and why they acquired, three or four guys. I already ran off the list who they acquired in my other videos. But the reason why they did it and why the GM did it and in the time that he did it, and we went through some of that already. Now that they beat Boston, I had one young man, who's that said that even though they beat Boston, that Boston is going to come back with Gordon Hayward and pretty much rip him in the champion, not in the in the division championships, because we know that's who it's coming down to. And I've even heard Shannon Sharp say this, that they're not worried about the Raptors. Nobody seems to be worried about the Raptors. Uh, that's because the Raptors aren't chosen to even be a threat. We seen with how they got destroyed a couple of years ago, and they wanted to fight because I think the Lakers were beating them so bad, and they just kept playing, and they ran up the score. So they're not worried about them, and then you have the whole conversation, about the Spurs in the West and Kawhi Leonard's injury. Now, this is really interesting. Kawhi Leonard's injury is unfathomable, I guess, to the doctors because they don't know what it is. Kawhi just keeps saying that his leg hurts, his thigh hurts. And they're like, well, what's wrong with your thigh? They found no muscle injury. They found no bone injury. I'm sure they did a plethora of x-rays, but they don't know what's wrong with him. Now, one of you guys said that not Rodney Hood, but the guy who played for Boston that broke his ankle, you said that that was, they're like, oh, this is fake or whatever. His ankle isn't busted out and it's scripted and all this stuff. And the third, and I tried to do a video on, I did a video on that. And it looked pretty nasty to me. And so I don't know if that's at all scripted. We do know that these guys do get hurt. We know that there's a lot of script going on, but an injury is an injury is an injury. And he really looked like he got hurt, but nonetheless, he can come back from that injury and play. However, the injury we're talking about with Kawhi Leonard, we don't know what's going on with that. It could be easily a fake injury. Uh, and what's really interesting is, Skip Bayless said, listen, if Kawhi Leonard came back and the Spurs are healthy, they could go ahead and they could be the champions in the West. It could be very interesting that you'll find the Spurs playing up against Cleveland, in the championship game, and I can't really say I could see that. I can't say that the Spurs are going to do that well, come and then wipe out Golden State. What I can say is that they built a monster there in Golden State, and it's the same thing with Tom Brady and the Pats. You build this team or you have this system that is very, very, very hard to beat, and I think the kicker lost the game for him. But nonetheless, you have a system that's very hard to beat because of the rules that you set forth. And now you want these guys to go out there and act like they can't play. You want Steph Curry to go out and miss a bunch. You want them to lose to Washington or whoever that they play. You want to go ahead and hype up Houston and make it seem like Houston is a major threat to win the whole thing when we know that's not true. You know what I'm saying? You want to give James all this money, but you know we just know Houston is not going to do it. You know, we know that Houston has a habit of freezing in the championship. We know that old boy doesn't like to play defense. We know this. But now you got all this hullabaloo in Cleveland, and, you know, it just, the script looks funny now. It looks funny to me. Gordon Hayward is who I was talking about with the injury. It, not Gordon Hayward. Yeah, I think it was Gordon Hayward. Uh, but the script looks funny to me now with the injuries and with the it just with this hurry up and acquire these three or four guys who are non superstars, and they did that with Crowder. Man, 15 games they got rid of Crowder. You know what I'm saying? When they picked up Isaiah Thomas, I wasn't looking at that like, yeah, this is gonna work. I looked at Isaiah Thomas as a liability because you picked up a older Kyrie Irving who's injured and wasn't even gonna play for 6 months. I didn't even understand that. Like, I understand the move that they're doing now far better than them trying to listen. I think the only reason why they picked up uh, um, when they got rid of Kyrie Irving and they picked up Isaiah Thomas wasn't because he was a great player. It was simply because of fanfare. It was simply because of nah 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 nah. You wanted to go over here, so we took this guy from the same team. What's gonna happen now? It's simply because of ratings. It had nothing to do with uh, uh, basketball. To me, it had everything to do with show business. You know, so it's just a weird script now. You know what I mean? It's just really, really weird to me. You know, heck, 76ers might come out and do something. You know, they've been winning some games. But let me do this before I go. And because I'm trying to get back into basketball and find out what's going on. But, you know, saying that Cleveland is a shoe in to win right now, I can't really say that even though Cleveland is my team to win. I'm sticking with that. That's where it is. So let me ask Siri some questions. Who's in first place in the NBA? Okay, so what she did was gave me the
So far, the Warriors are in first place in the NBA with a record of 43 and 13.
43 and 13. Okay, the Raptors are winning their oh no, they're not. The Celtics are beating their division. The Raptors are not far behind. So the Raptors are 39 and 16, and the Celtics are 40 and 18. So they're right on them. The 76ers are 28 and 25. The Knicks 23 and 34. And the Nets are 19 and 38. That's the Atlantic Division. The Central Division is Cleveland 33 and 22. That's going to make a drastic change. Listen, Milwaukee is trying to keep up with Cleveland 31 and 24. The Pacers are 32 and 25. All those teams are right there in it. Even the Pistons are 27 and 28. So they're all right there. And then the Bulls are 19 and 36. No surprise there. Northwest Division, the Timberwolves, 35 and 24, right in the mix. The Thunder is 32 and 25. Trailblazers, 31 and 26. Denver, 30-26. Jazz, 28 and 28. Everybody is right there in the thick of it when it comes to, you know, fourth, fifth, and sixth place. The Pacific Division, the Warriors are 43 and 13. The Clippers 28-26. Lakers are 23-32. Suns are, oh my goodness, Suns 18 and 39. And the Knights are 17 and 38. Southwest Division, Wizards 32 and 24. I hope I don't get cut off on. Heat 30 and 26. Hornets 23 and 33. Magic 18 and 37. Good grief. Atlanta Hawks are 18 and 39. Have mercy. Southwest Division. Houston 42 and 13. Spurs 35 and 22. Pelicans 29-26. Grizzlies 18-37. Mavericks 18 and 39. Good grief, Mavericks. So, you know, there's your top teams. You know, the Raptors, The Celtics, right on each other's heels in the same division. The Timberwolves in their division. The Warriors in their division. Uh, Cleveland in their division. And the Wizards in their division, and the Rockets. I'm sorry, the Rockets, and then the Wizards. So there that is. Like I said, the script is funny now. It looks more Hollywood to me than basketball, and I'm not even sure if any more trades can happen. I don't. Where did Isaiah Thomas go? And is he going to even play? It would really be something if Isaiah, wherever team he went to, just starts balling out of control. You'll probably see that. So I don't know. I'm still gonna say Cleveland wins it all. You guys. I'll get in some more detail. One of my classes ended, so I passed it. Woohoo! And I'll have some more time to spend with you guys on basketball. Anyway, stop eating that gum and cheese. Remember, the Lord Jesus, the Christ King, Yeshua, loves you. And these sports, man, don't look at these sports and take them seriously. Just look at them and have fun. I'm out.